Excellent customer experience is essential for the long-term success of consumer-facing organizations. However, the majority of organizations do not track or manage their customer experience in real time. Shadow Shopper provides senior management with critical information on customer experience in their operations. Our dashboards highlight a location's performance across a range of customizable metrics, based on feedback provided by our shadow shoppers. Having access to this data empowers management to make better decisions, and provides them with the tools to maintain a high-quality customer experience, and react quickly to areas where performance has dropped. This video illustrates a typical report that a client of Shadow Shopper would receive on a monthly basis. Generally, there are three end users of shadow shopping reports. Firstly, a general manager or CEO, who has responsibility and oversight of all operations nationally. Secondly, a state or regional manager who manages a group of operations. And lastly, a location or store manager who manages an individual operation. Our dashboards are set up to be used by management who are overseeing multiple locations. The dashboards allow trends to be quickly analyzed across a wide variety of metrics. In addition to the dashboards, location managers are provided with detailed individualized reports from our shoppers. Let's start by looking at the General Manager report. Typically, there are two graphics that a General Manager uses to manage performance nationally. The first, the National Scorecard, analyzes the performance of all states within the current month. The second, the National Trends, highlights trends and performance by the company over time. Feedback enables management to track the relative performance of a state or location over time. We will first look at the National Scorecard. By selecting the current month, the GM can immediately see the monthly score, and the Net Promoter Score. The scores are calculated from responses on the Shadow Shopper survey. Questions, and the weighting of each question, is customizable by the client. For this client, the survey covers 8 topics. The overall customer experience. The professionalism of the staff. The ability to close the sale. The ability to upsell, whether the shadow shopper was told about the special offer. And more. The relative weightings are shown in this box. For instance, the professionalism of the staff member is worth 20 points out of 100, whereas the store presentation is worth only 12 points. In all reports, shadow shoppers provide quantitative as well as qualitative feedback. The radar chart enables the user to quickly see which metrics have been performing well, and which metrics have not. For instance, the overall customer experience has been good at 90%, while upselling has been poor at 55%. The GM can also see how each state performed. Here we can see that South Australia has been the best performing state, while Queensland was the worst. The beauty of Shadow Shopper reports is that they are intuitive and interactive, allowing the user to quickly slice and interrogate data. For instance, by clicking on South Australia, the user can see that South Australia, the red line, has outperformed the national average, the blue line, on all metrics. On the other hand, Queensland has underperformed on most metrics, and particularly on upselling. The National Trends report shows how things have changed since the start of the program. The Net Promoter Score has been in a rising trend. And by clicking on the moving ball graph he can see immediately the state trends for the last 6 months. Drilling down to look at South Australia, it shows that the performance has always been high. It is not a recent development. Over the last 6 months it has been consistently high. Queensland, on the other hand, seems to be improving from a low base, but the last 6 months still show performance at a low level. Let's start by looking at a sample regional report. Typically, there are 2 reports that a regional manager will have access to. The first report, the State Scorecard, analyzes performances of all locations within the current month. The second report, called State Trends, analyzes trends and performance over time. We'll start by looking at the state scorecard. The regional manager chooses the state, Victoria, and the month, May 2017. The bar graph shows the individual locations in descending order of performance. The overall score for Victoria, and the Net Promoter Score, are also shown. The radar graph shows the state performance compared with the national average. The heat map shows the locations, with the color giving the relative score. To check an individual location performance, the state manager clicks on the bar graph. Let's look at Essendon. The radar graph shows that while it met the national average on most areas, it was way down in greeting and purchase. To check the actual questions, the state manager simply clicks and they appear in the questions box. To check performance over time, we go to the State Trends report. Selecting the state, Victoria, shows the rolling average for the locations, which smooths variations between months. We can see that the Net Promoter Score is going up over time, and to see the individual scores we simply click on the location, for example, Essendon. The moving ball graph shows how it has performed over the last few months. All settings, time periods, graphs, averages, inclusions are completely customizable to make sure that Shadow clients get exactly the information they need. So if you want to know what's really going on in your business, call Shadow Shopper on 1300 132 481.